Today I'm going to show you how to make clot stitch faster. I started doing the fast clot stitch in the early 90s. At the time I was making this long yardage, and to get over the boredom I toyed and played with different techniques. This is one of them. Once you get the hang of this, it is so great when demonstrating. People are just mesmerized. I do slow down once I've got their attention to explain exactly what I am doing. I will also explain how I manipulate my bobbins so that my work area is kept clear, and at the same time be able to pick up some speed. If while you are doing the clot stitch you have to stop, or you get distracted, you will get lost. But don't worry, I'll show you how to find your place and what is the next stitch so that you can pick up your rhythm again. Finally, look for my bonus tip, how to tension for a nice even clot stitch. Okay, so let's get started. I got this piece of lace that has lots, mostly clot stitch, so this is a perfect piece to show you how to do a fast clot stitch. Now the first stitch, I'm going to do a regular cross twist cross because I have a methyl thread and it's a bit more light, and I always like to do the first stitch cross twist cross even though I'm doing an intention, even though I'm doing a fast clot stitch. A regular clot stitch, let's start with a regular clot stitch. What we know is we will do a cross, twist, and cross. Let me repeat that with slightly different explanation. Cross with one hand, then we take two hands to do a twist, and then finally finish it off with a cross working with one hand. Now what if we were to do the cross with two hands? That would be faster. How would that look like? Okay, let's start again. Cross with one hand. Now take two hands to do the twist. And I will take the next bobbin toward the right, and I will do a cross and finish this clot stitch. And then the other hand will do a cross with the next bobbin and start over the next clot stitch. My hands will move over to the right by one bobbin and do a twist. My hands move over right by one bobbin again and do a cross. Move over right one bobbin and do a twist. Move over right one bobbin and do a cross. And just keep doing that all the way down the aisle. Cross, twist, cross, twist, cross, twist. Okay, till the end of the row. Double twist, two twist, put a pin, then I adjust my tension. This is the time to introduce my first bonus tip, or my bonus tip is how to tension clot stitch. My weaver is on the right hand side, and while my weaver is on the right hand side, I will adjust the tension of every single passive, and I'm taking two in one hand, but I'm adjusting the tension of one bob at a time, and I'm purposely adjusting the tension while keeping the tension on the weavers, purposely adjusting the tension of the passive in the opposite direction of the weaver. I'm not trying to tension it in line, I'm tensioning it in the opposite direction. I will explain why I'm doing this later on at the end of this video, so you will see why. Just right now I want you to see that I'm doing it. Okay, let's come back to the fast clot stitch. Now we're going to go from right to left. How different or how the same will it be? Okay, I'm going to start cross, twist, cross. I like to start my first clot stitch one stitch at a time, and this is again metallic thread, so it's a bit more delicate. Okay, cross with one bobbin, twist with two bobbins. But now my hands are going to move one bobbin towards the left and do a cross. Move one bobbin towards the left
and do a twist. So it's very similar to what we were doing before, but now we're moving one bobbin towards the left. Our weavers are going towards the left, so we keep grabbing one bobbin towards the left. Twist, cross, twist, cross. As I do this, I want you to notice my hands, how they're managing the bobbins. I'm trying to keep my work area here as clear as possible so I have room to weave my weavers. To twist it in the row, pin in, and adjust the tension. Again, my weaver is now on the left hand side, so I will adjust the tension of the passives towards the right. And I'm making sure I remove all the little bumps here. Now because my lace is angling towards the right, I will tug just a tiny bit less on the bobbins on the left hand side, just so that I can keep that nice curve and I don't create a hole. But otherwise, if I was going straight, I would be tensioning it all the way towards the right. Okay, let's do one more pass from left to right. But this time I want you to pay attention to how I'm managing the bobbins as I do my fast clot stitch. Cross with one hand, twist with two hands, and I'm just going to move this bobbin aside and come back and pick the next bobbins to the right, cross, twist, and see how my left hand is moving the woven bobbins out of the way. And on the right hand side, I just am quickly grabbing with one finger to do the cross. And you can pick up quite a bit of speed doing it this way. Okay. I'm going to do the same in the other direction so you can see how my hands manipulate. Again, so I'm tensioning the passive towards the left, as far left as I can. I don't have to worry about the inside curve. As I tension on the other side, that will be normalized. Okay, and I'm keeping tension on my weavers. Okay, cross, twist, cross, just for the first pair. Okay, so look at my hands. Again, my right hand, I'm trying to push the bobbins out of the way, so I have room to work my bobbins down the center. Now, if for some reason you stop, you get lost, you're not quite sure where you're at, what's going on, to find out what you have to do next, look at the topmost weaver and see what it is doing as relative to the last passive that it worked. So right now my weaver is above the last passive. And as you know, the weaver has to go over and under over number. So now it's going over, so therefore it has to go under the next passive, which means a twist. Okay, so if you just look at the over and under, make sure it goes over and under all the way through, you'll be able to find where you're at and get your rhythm back. Okay, so back to adjusting the tension. So I don't know if you noticed, as I was adjusting towards the right hand side and then the left hand side, what happens to the passes is they end up going back and forth like this. Okay, and by doing that, maybe at the near the bottom here, they create like this big hole. They're not even. But higher up, by going by seesawing back and forth, what happens is they can, with time, they kind of find their nice medium place to be. And if you don't do that, I'm being more careful on the edge because I have an inside curve. If you don't do that, what will happen is your passive will be bunching up on this edge and bunching up on the other edge, and the center will be loose. I'll put up a picture for you to see an example of that. But by intentionally adjusting the tension in the opposite direction of the weaver, they will kind of even off and give you a nice even clot stitch. Same holds true when you're doing half stitch as well as whole stitch. Try to balance them, have them sway back and forth to come up with a nice even clot stitch.
Let's recap what we saw today. We saw how to make fast clot stitch and how to manage our bobbins so that our area is kept clean and that we can pick up speed. We also learned how to tension clot stitch to get a nice even weave. If you like this video, leave me a comment and share with your friends. Merci et à la prochaine!